Hi, friend. In some way, I'm sure you've heard the Krampus story. Movies, or even the lore behind the character. In 2015's Krampus the Reckoning, a young girl named Zoe is able to call upon Krampus and unleash him onto wicked people. After her foster parents are killed, she ends up in the children's ward of a local hospital. Dr. Rachel Stewart begins looking into Zoe's past and finds more than what she expected. Written and directed by Robert Conway, a year after this, he made Krampus Unleashed, which, as far as I can tell, had nothing to do with this movie. He had previously made a film called Exit to Hell starring Kane Hodder, Tiffany Shepis, and Raina Riffle. To say the acting is bad is an understatement. Monica Engesser seems to be trying. Most of the time, it doesn't seem like she's trying to put on a character. It's almost like, she's acting, which is more than I can say for most of the other adult actors. But the dialogue is the worst. As the film progresses, her performance seems to suffer. It's like they filmed it in chronological order, and she slowly realized what kind of movie she was in. Amelia Haberman, who plays Zoe, is pretty good at playing creepy. The character's supposed to be not right. Some of her scenes that aren't that good, I'm just going to chalk up to being bad writing. You can tell that she's actually trying. Like with Engesser, she seems to be dragged down by the poor dialogue. James Ray is pretty mediocre as Detective Miles O'Connor. There's very little to say about him, as the character is kind of pointless. He doesn't really do anything. He's just kind of Rachel's love interest. The only other thing he does is drink. Occasionally he comes on screen, delivers his lines in a gravelly voice, and then leaves. And this is kind of how the rest of the cast does it as well. They enter frame, say something in the flattest way possible. What's funny though is that people complained about Midnight Mass and it having too long of monologues. It's pretty much all this movie is, just people talking, but most of the stuff they're saying is either not interesting or doesn't develop their character in any way. And then the way it's delivered is just boring. Also, what I found funny was that it's the sunniest Christmas movie I've ever seen. I guess it's supposed to be in Arizona, since they say it's Maricopa County. The practical effects are actually pretty decent, but the CGI stuff is insanely bad. When Krampus comes on screen, it's so immersion breaking. Usually I pay little mind to bad CG effects, unless it looks really off. And here, it looks really off. At the beginning, there's a quick scene that kind of gives the background of Krampus. At first, it seems like it doesn't really belong, but ends up fitting into the overall picture. But by the time everything comes together, I had forgotten about that scene. For a movie called Krampus, there's not much of him in it. It's more about Zoe and her interactions with the other characters. It just feels like they shoehorned Krampus into a story about a supernatural little girl. I think it would have been better without Krampus. This whole movie's kind of a mess. It's like they had an idea for an evil little girl, but didn't know what to do. So they shoved Krampus in there. Most of the Krampus stuff is pretty bad. In the 90 minutes or so of the movie, Krampus shows up in like 5 scenes, and there's less than 30 seconds of him on screen. And the ending's kind of garbage. Really, the whole movie is. I hate to say it. It was so boring in parts, I started to fall asleep. I think buried deep in this movie is a better movie that's just covered up by all this junk. Really, they should have dumped the Krampus idea, stuck with a supernatural little girl that controls a generic demon, instead of trying to sell you the idea of a Krampus movie. At the core, it had a pretty good idea. I just wish they would have made a regular horror movie, and kind of stayed away from Christmas. I can't really recommend this one. I wonder how many times I said Krampus in this. Anyway, did you see this movie? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. Thanks.
Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, check out one of these videos.